move! Not move! Stop! Get up! Move!
On April 20th, 2025, officers responded to a confirmed battery in progress at a Speedway gas station in Florida.
Okay, so you need any medical attention?
No,
Like that?
I don't.
Alright, can you tell me what happened?
Well, I was walking back there. I told them that they could not go into the back because the back is now closed off.
Okay.
She said, you don't have to yell. I wasn't yelling. So I'm going back there to come this way. He follows me back there.
Okay.
And that's whenever I turn around and he's right there yelling. And then he punches me in the chest. Then she goes, what are you doing? And I said, you both need to get out of my store. So then he reaches like this as if he's going to get a gun or something. And that's whenever she like literally puts herself between he and I. And then his girlfriend pulls him back down and says, no, baby, let's go.
Okay. Alright, so she got in between you guys?
She got in between both of us, yeah.
Did you get hurt at all? Anything happen to you? No? Okay. Alright, so can I just get your name and information for right now?
So we just have to find out the charges right now.
Alright, so did he actually physically touch you?
He punched me in the chest.
In the chest?
In the chest, yes.
Okay.
Do you want to prosecute?
Yes.
Okay.
Grab her statement.
Real quick, ma'am. Can I just talk to you real quick about what happened?
Can I tell you real quick?
Absolutely, yeah. Take it. Alright, so can you just run me from the beginning of when your coworker was struck in the chest?
Yeah. So as he was walking, he went over here. He seen them going to the back. Automatically knew they were going to the bathroom.
Mm-hmm.
All he said was, "You can't go to the bathroom. The bathrooms are closed." They continued to still walk. He said it one more time. She turned around and she's like, "You don't have to yell. You don't have to yell." He's like, he wasn't yelling.
Who said that?
The woman. She's like, "You don't have to yell."
Okay.
And then Danny, my coworker, he walked back there. He was like, wasn't yelling, but okay. And then her boyfriend, the guy, he just came over there and just started screaming, yelling, and this and that. They both started walking and screaming at him at the same time. So that's when I went over there because I ain't gonna leave him there by himself.
Okay.
And
So
then,
you walked over there,
yeah,
and
as
while
I was
he was
walking over there, the man hits him and then walks back because I don't know why.
So where were you when he hit him?
I was probably like right here.
Okay, so this is after or before you intervened?
This was before. He hit him before. And then after he walked away, so then I walked over. And they were standing right here, and I went right here. So he's right here, girlfriend's right here, I'm standing right here, Danny's behind me.
Okay. And so you saw from right here him hit in the corner there?
Yes, right over here.
Alright. Can I just get your license?
I think so. Let me go.
Black motorcycle, Hispanic male with a neon green helmet. There was a female also riding a black motorcycle with him.
Yeah, we have eyes. They are right by Krabby.
Any unit near him?
44.
Copy 44.
Hey, bud, come here.
You're not move! You're not move! Stop! Get up! Move! We are gonna rip you off this bike! I'm holding the brake! I'm holding the brake! Listen! Why can't you turn it off? Where? If you do something stupid, bad things are gonna happen. Put it in neutral. I am holding the brake. No! In 5 seconds, we're gonna rip you off. This thing is gonna go flying. No! Hold his arm. Do not let that arm hit this gas. Where's the key? 547. We have the bike stopped. He cannot turn the bike off. We're stopped in traffic in front of Krabby's. Hold it right here. Stay right there. Hold that in. If you let go of that, this bike's gonna go flying. You're gonna come ripped off. So do not. I'm not putting the gas down. That's not happening. So what's gonna happen is we're gonna have another person come and hold that. You're getting off this bike. Direct him forward. Direct that lane forward. Get that. Yeah, get that. Let go of that. Let go of it. He has the clutch.
Let go.
Let go.
No, it's not. Let go of the clutch. Let go. Let go.
We have the clutch.
Let go of the clutch.
Okay, here's the deal. The bike will not turn off. It's in gear. He's saying that the only way to turn it off is to rev it, which we don't obviously feel comfortable doing. We hit the right to kill switch. It's not turning off. It's still in gear.
Get off the bike. I got him cuffed over here.
I don't do nothing. I don't do nothing.
I got him cuffed. I got him cuffed. I got relax. I got him cuffed right here.
I don't do nothing.
Right here.
I don't do nothing. I don't do nothing. I didn't do nothing.
Let's clear this shit show up.
Do they have?
You was on the gas station?
Yeah, that was me there.
Yeah, I just get in there.
Where's your girl at?
She took off.
We just ride.
She was on the other bike?
Yeah.
No, yeah, but she took.
We didn't have anything on her.
I just tried to stop as soon as we pulled up.
You didn't try to stop. Relax.
You were lane splitting. You were lane splitting.
Hey,
We grabbed you.
just so you know, your girl, she's going to prison with you as well.
Well,
She just crashed.
We picked her up. We got her.
She crashed?
Yeah,
She crashed?
and she's going to prison. So,
But
have fun.
what's the reason?
Adios, amigo.
You don't need
Reckless
to.
driving, fleeing and eluding.
What the? I don't understand what you're saying, man. We don't do nothing on what you're saying.
I'm sure you did, man.
As soon as you pull in front of me, I just stop.
Well, we shouldn't.
Yeah, because
have
you had
to
nowhere
pull-
to go, bro.
We shouldn't have to pull.
No,
in front
I
of you
just
to
stop. I cool, but I just do
Listen,
it.
we shouldn't have to pull in front of you for you to stop. If there's red and blue lights, you stop. We shouldn't have to pull in front of you like that and cut you off.
No. He was
That's not how
handling
it
me.
works.
Wait,
Tell him, man.
do we have fleeing on this
Tell
one?
him. As soon as you pull on me, tell him as soon as you pull on me, I
Reckless
stop.
driving And whatever down at the Speedway. Just because they did say we have bat charges.
Oh, we do.
At Speedway.
Okay.
You can stand up.
Man,
One, I'm gonna pick you up. One, two.
I got an accident.
Okay,
Gotcha.
slow. 1, 2, 3.
I got an accident on my right hand.
Okay.
Right here, you can see it.
Okay. We're good. Which car?
That's unnecessary, man.
Okay.
What's unnecessary?
That you break my helmet, man.
Nobody broke your helmet.
Nah, he break it.
Nobody broke your helmet. I'm gonna get it.
Man, I don't try to do any trouble, man.
You have a motorcycle license?
I got a permit for a phone. It's spider.
Yeah. Should be riding in the first place, bro. Not yet.
No, I just grabbed it right now.
Face the car real quick. Step up.
Face over there, man.
Step up and then widen your stance.
So he's got no motorcycle endorsement.
Bent tag.
The bent tag.
You said he was weaving through traffic.
No, I don't wave it.
That's what dispatch said.
I just
Capone saw him rain split.
Second because
Okay.
I was doing that for me.
So we got that.
How much you had to drink today?
I didn't drink today.
Okay.
I didn't even
Smell
drink.
something come from his breath.
Not even
check
a
your
drink.
eyes.
Not even a drink, man. We come from Miami to Hudson to move to live
So you
on.
were in Miami though.
Huh?
You were
No,
in Miami?
I say Miami area because my family. I was on Davie.
Okay. No, I'm
Oh.
You want to go outside?
Oh.
I don't drink
You
today,
want to go outside?
man.
Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't even drink today.
So you said your friend's name is Anna Garcia?
Her first name?
Your friend, the girl.
No, my name is Brayley Lewis.
The girl that you were with,
I never see.
Anna Garcia. Do you know how old she is?
Like 20 something. You was right there with like 2 more girls and like 5 guys. They went right there.
If I check your eyes? You've been drinking, right?
I'll be drinking.
Focus on the blue light, okay? Do you see it?
Yeah, like cover.
Actually, just focus on the tip of my. You see it right here?
Yeah,
Just
the
focus.
finger,
Okay.
the finger, yeah.
Don't move your head.
Oh, you want to move my eyes?
Just
Ahí
your
se va
eyes,
English.
just
You
your
speak
eyes.
Spanish?
Nada más fócase con tu
Ok,
ojos.
sí, en español yo te miro.
En
dale.
los ojos.
Miro la luz.
Ajá.
Que estaba montando moto el día entero y hago wheelie. So, it don't make sense I do it, man. No.
Ok, nada más entre okay.
Mira.
Let's examine the constitutional framework. Both suspects fled the scene before police arrived, a decision that would significantly expand their criminal exposure. The battery charge is straightforward. Under Florida Statute Section 784.03, simple battery requires intentional, unconsented physical contact with another person. A single closed fist strike to the chest satisfies every element of that statute. No additional context is needed to establish the offense. The victim confirmed physical contact, identified the suspect, and elected to prosecute. A second employee independently corroborated the account, strengthening the evidentiary foundation considerably. One detail elevated the threat assessment at the scene. The suspect reached toward his waistband immediately after the punch. No weapon was produced, but under Graham versus Connor, the reasonableness of force is evaluated based on what officers knew at the moment of decision, not what was confirmed afterward. That waistband motion, combined with the confirmed battery and subsequent flight, formed part of the threat profile officers carried into the motorcycle stop. When the suspects fled, they invoked a legal principle they likely did not intend to activate. In Illinois versus Wardlow, the Supreme Court held that flight from law enforcement is a factor that may contribute to reasonable suspicion and inform subsequent enforcement decisions. Officers did not need to observe the battery themselves. The combination of dispatch confirmation, corroborating witnesses, and the suspect's own flight provided reasonable, articulable suspicion, well above the threshold established in Terry versus Ohio. The motorcycle stop placed officers in an immediate tactical problem. The suspect refused to dismount a running engine in an active traffic lane, claiming he could not release the brake without the motorcycle lurching forward. That argument does not hold up legally. Under Pennsylvania versus Mims, officers conducting a lawful stop have unambiguous authority to order a subject off a vehicle. Refusal to comply is not a protected act. Under Florida Statute Section 843.02, resisting an officer without violence requires only that a person obstruct or oppose an officer in the lawful execution of a legal duty. Prolonged refusal to dismount constitutes that offense. The forcible removal is evaluated under Graham versus Connor, which requires courts to assess three factors: the severity of the underlying crime, whether the suspect poses an immediate threat, and whether the suspect is actively resisting or attempting to evade. All three factors weighed in favor of the officers here. The underlying offense was a confirmed battery with a waistband gesture. The running engine in a live traffic lane constituted an active threat to the public, and the sustained refusal to comply established active resistance. Officers progressed through verbal commands, repeated warnings, and a final ultimatum before initiating physical contact, consistent with the use of force continuum and de-escalation standards. No strikes were used. Force did not exceed what the situation required. Following the stop, officers confirmed two additional violations. Under Florida Statute Section 322.34, operating a motor vehicle while the license is suspended is a criminal offense. Lewis's license was confirmed suspended at the scene. Under Florida Statute Section 322.03, subsection 5, a motorcycle endorsement is required to operate a standard motorcycle on public roads. A basic small class permit does not satisfy this requirement. Lewis admitted on camera to holding only a permit. 4 independent charges: battery, resisting, suspended license, no endorsement, each supported by separate evidence. Dispatch also reported lane splitting, which implicates Florida Statute Section 316.089. The failure to yield to emergency lights adds Section 316.126. On the question of Miranda, Lewis made multiple statements during detention prior to any on-camera advisement. Under Miranda versus Arizona, the right to advisement attaches upon custodial interrogation, not merely upon detention. During an investigatory stop, officers may ask pedigree and investigatory questions without triggering Miranda. The statements Lewis made appear to fall within that pre-custodial window and would likely be admissible. The responding officers receive a B+. The stop was legally grounded, the force was measured, and the progression from verbal commands to physical contact followed established protocol. Officers also confirmed license, endorsement, and sobriety violations, maximizing the legal completeness of the arrest. The grade is held below an A because the physical confrontation occurred in a live traffic lane without full traffic management in place beforehand. That gap created unnecessary risk to officers, the suspect, and passing motorists. A systematic traffic hold prior to the removal attempt would have been tactically superior. Bradley Lewis receives a D. The battery charge reflects a deliberate act, not an accident, not a misunderstanding. Florida Section 784.03 requires only that the contact be intentional and unconsented. Lewis met both elements the moment he threw the punch. His decision to flee compounded every subsequent charge. Flight is not a neutral act under the law. It elevates suspicion, it informs force calculations, and it eliminates the possibility of an on-scene resolution that might have significantly reduced his exposure. The prolonged motorcycle standoff added resisting without violence to an already substantial charge sheet. Lewis had no legal basis to remain on the vehicle. The engine mechanics he cited do not constitute a defense under Section 843.02. Operating on a suspended license with no motorcycle endorsement reflects a pattern of disregard for statutory requirements that existed entirely independent of this incident. Both violations were confirmed, not alleged. The only factor preventing a lower grade, once physically removed from the motorcycle, Lewis did not escalate to violence against officers. That restraint kept the situation at a level 2 and prevented further legal consequences. Ana Garcia receives a C-. Garcia's intervention between Lewis and the store employee at the Speedway was a genuine de-escalatory act. The victim acknowledged that Garcia physically positioned herself between the two parties, preventing further contact. That matters, and it is reflected in the grade. However, the decision to flee the scene of a confirmed battery negated much of that goodwill. Garcia operated a separate motorcycle through active traffic while evading law enforcement and crashed, creating an independent public safety incident, attributable entirely to her own choice to flee. Had Garcia remained at the scene, her legal exposure would have been substantially limited, if not eliminated. Flight transformed a potential witness into a defendant. Several lessons apply to both parties in this encounter. First, flight is never legally neutral. Wardlow established that fleeing from police contributes to reasonable suspicion. In practice, flight converts a potential misdemeanor scene into a pursuit, a forced stop, and compounded charges. Second, a lawful order to exit or dismount a vehicle is not negotiable in real time. The place to contest the lawfulness of a stop is in court, not on a running motorcycle in traffic. Compliance is not an admission of guilt. Third, license and endorsement violations carry independent criminal exposure under Florida law. They are not dismissed because of the circumstances of the encounter. They are separate, provable, and they compounded Lewis's situation significantly. Fourth, for law enforcement, scene management must precede physical engagement. Officers had the legal authority and the factual basis to act, but the tactical environment in a live traffic lane required more preparation before the removal was initiated. At the time of this analysis, the final disposition of charges against Bradley Lewis and Ana Garcia remains unknown. Based on the legal framework applied, the battery charge is well supported by statute and witness testimony. The resisting charge is supported by the sustained refusal to comply with a lawful order under Section 843.02. The license and endorsement violations are self-confirmed. Any challenge to these charges would face a substantial evidentiary burden. Let us know if there is an interaction or legal topic that you would like us to discuss in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to check out our second channel, Audit the Court, for even more police interaction and courtroom content.